Hello everybody, today we are going to represent a scientific article about the bile acid in tilapia feed. This study has been conducted in Egypt by Dr. Mahmoud Dawood, a professor in Cairo University, American Cairo University. This paper has been published this year, so it's have the most recent information. How the bile acid affected the tilapia growth, and in this study Dr. Mahmoud found that the tilapia growth have been increased by 25% when they apply the bile acid to the tilapia feed. Let's see some information about this study to understand how to practice this information on our situation in our farms. In this study, the main factors they have been use the fat by 6%. It was a control treatment, and the other treatments was using 12% fat. For this 12%, they have applied different bile acid concentration: 0, 50, 100, 150, and 200 gram per ton bile acid for the tilapia feed. They found that the best result have been represented in these two treatments. Start from 150 gram per ton to 200 gram per ton. Let's see some information about the diet composition that we can understand how this effect or where this effect comes from. In the diet, they have been using the soybean as the main source of diet protein, with a little amount of cotton meal and corn gluten meal. And the fish oil to the soybean oil, it was 1:2 in the control diet. And also they use the vitamin C for as an antioxidant and use choline for some important physiological effects. And the dietary protein was 30%. What we learned from the study is that if we use 150 to 200 gram per ton in the tilapia feed, this is going to give us extra growth by 25%. This study is amazing. It depends on the Egyptian farming situation, but how we can use this study to adjust it to our own situation. Let's take a look. For example, this protein is about 30%, so we can control the level of protein. As the bile acid can give us more energy, that means we can save the protein from breaking down and give us energy. So we can keep the protein for growth and use the fat for more energy. In this case, we could use 12% fat or even 15% fat. I think it's no problem. At the same time, we could decrease the protein percent, maybe 2%, 4%, 5%, depends on your situation. Also here, the vitamin C. Vitamin C could be decreased if we increase the level of bile acid. So bile acid could be 250 or till 300 gram per ton if we use the same fat, or even till 15% fat in this diet. Also for the choline, this choline also could be decreased to the half. It depends on the diet formulation. But for these three categories, the vitamin C and choline and protein, we could change them to less to save cost for our diet. Also the fat could be increased if we need more growth. So our study today recommend that we can use 150 to 200, and also we could increase more, but this increase could save us some protein and maybe some vitamin C and choline in our diet. By the end, it depends on your situation, depends on the cost of your diet and the prices of the local feed stuff. Here today, I wish that give you some important information. And if you have any requirements or any inquiries, feel free to ask. Thank you.